What's going on, man? It's Charlie Heat. I'm here with HotNewHipHop and Behind the Beat. About to break down this Aloha for y'all real quick. Let's get it. The whole transition from having a 9 to 5 to doing this full time, it don't take much to inspire me. I can see something on TV, hear it on the radio, talk to a girl, whatever. It's all inspiring to me. I definitely started making beats when I was around like 17 or something, and everybody in my school was rapping, So I was like, I definitely can't rap, so I just started working. I played the drums and the piano when I was younger, and I ended up playing the drums in college, so I just loved it. And I love hearing new music, and the idea of being able to create it was always fire to me. And my dad produced too. That was probably the biggest thing. He writes music, played the piano, drums, everything, So I first started actually on Reason, but I can't really mess with it anymore. I guess people be snapping on Reason. I just don't know. And then I mess with FL and Logic now, but yeah, Reason was the first one, and I think it's because it came with so many sounds. I can't really remember. First song that I had really go crazy was a song I did with my boy. His name is Sean Smith, but back then they called him Young Savage. Work on, and then after that, the first Uzi joint that we had actually called Uzi. That went off too, and that was a little bit before people were really messing with the distorted 808s, so I felt it was a little, I'm not going to say ahead of its time, that's a little obnoxious, but it definitely was early on that wave, so that was probably the beginning. I was doing a lot of like Latin-inspired stuff, so I love Cuban, I still do a lot of it, but like the Cuban trumpets, and those are literally my favorite textures, like the Cuban trumpets, the salsa pocket, the merengue pocket. I love all those sounds. So that's right where I was at. That was right in the dead center of my wave of doing that. Like I did a couple remixes. I did a version of Campaign for Ty Dolla, and that was one of the first ones that actually came out. And then I did Undercover. I did a remix of the Rich Chigga joint on my SoundCloud. Yeah, so it was like dead center in the middle when I actually made that beat. And then the fact that it came out, so I did that Vandergram Trust joint. It was like a bunch of that inspiration at one time. So then it just kind of turned into what it was. Cause I felt like I was a little heavy-handed, so it turned into, now it's like, it's still that, but it's not the OD version. Denzel, my boy, like in real life, like Denzel, my friend. I consider, in the industry, it ain't really like a lot of friends or people like that. But I consider like Denzel. That's not like my best friend or my brother or anything, but I kind of hold him to a standard of us being cool, So that's just how we rock, Every time we link up, we do something special, and we just got that chemistry musically for sure, So. Yeah, I wasn't. That's my man. I feel the same way. Like he definitely rap for rap. One of the most underrated lyricists, rappers. Because he really talented. He really talented as a rapper. Just the way he works and how much he can freestyle. He's out of control. I've seen some things, him freestyling in the studio. He out of control. He fire. So yeah, we did sumo, We did sumo, and then the next time we started Aloha, and then the next time we did Wish, and that's how we rock, that's how we give it up, but we got a lot of stuff that's unfinished, we got a lot, so I'm just excited, I kind of follow his lead, because he go crazy, he has a lot of the vision for what he wants to do. Whenever I go about music, I always chase that feeling, of like, I love this. I love this feeling, and that's what I got from it. When he sent his footage, I should put it back out. But when I was promoting the song of him FaceTiming me, and he played it on FaceTime, And I was like, okay, like I know what this is immediately, you know. And the fact that he let me use it for my project just shows you how tight we are, you know. But it was like, yeah, it was incredible. I knew it was one of the ones, you know. I knew it. Everything I do, I really want. I kind of expect the best results, just because that's why I put so much work into it. You know, I don't really. It's like you shoot. It's like in basketball, you shoot a shot expecting to miss, you gonna miss every time. You know, so you can order more times than not. So I'm Kobe with my music. Like I expect everything to go. I expect everything to go in. You know, so. So yeah, but I really appreciate it, and it's really refreshing and inspiring when people really have real, genuine, exciting reactions. So that's why I do it. I'm emotional. I'm emotional myself, so to inspire emotion in other people is always fire. You know, so it's always like that's why we do it. A lot of my stuff, a lot of people focus on the drums, just because you know that's probably my strongest suit. But the part I put the most effort in is always the musicality, like the working of using real instruments, and even if I might OD it, but just like at the end, like the synth at the end, you know, I played it and it's a live synth. I mean, it's a hardware synth. So I think it was a Moog. I really go off of the other person's vibe a lot because some people aren't really talkers or some people aren't really, you know, and it's always good to make sure people are comfortable and to make sure that they feel at home, you know. Because as a producer, it's my job to produce them. So I'm not producing myself, you know. And I had to learn that to make sure that I'm bringing the best out of the artist. That's it, or it's no point. I'm not an artist. I mean, I am an artist, but I'm not an artist in that way, you know. And I need to make sure that the artist is producing the best work possible. So whatever that takes, if that takes us going to get ice cream first, or if that takes us turning all the lights off and me getting on my, you know what I mean, workhorse type time, I'm with whatever get the job done. You know, any ego type, it just turns me off. I mean, that's probably the only thing that I can really ruin a session for me is the ego, because once I get the idea that you're not trying to make the best song possible, and that you're just trying to get your own stuff off, you know, you're not even worried about. It's like no point in me being there anymore. You know, I really lose. I feel like I lose value once ego's in play, because it ain't about the best no more. It's about you getting it. You know what I mean? And it ain't. And if my opinion, and it's not about whose opinion of the best is, are you willing to take input, or are you willing to maneuver around other people in the room, or, you know, and everybody has their own process, and some people know better than others, you know. But all the greats I've worked around in my life, they're all amazing at taking input, all of them, every single one, you know, and they're all receptive, maybe even overly receptive to taking input. So yeah, that's the biggest. Keep the ego away as best you can. I mean, it's impossible, but best you can. This record right here, man, it's been in the works for a while, man. I had this beat for a while. Well, I had the original. I guess it's a sample. It's not really a sample, but the horn pattern broke down. I had this like DJ pack a minute ago, and royalty free, and we were working on this album, and I was like, yo, I gotta figure this out. I've been working on it for like 2 years, and then I ended up linking up with Denzel, made it super simple. Next thing you know, we got Aloha. So first thing I did was I got this horn player, my boy Kev. You know, I sent it over to him. I was like, yo, replay this, juice this up. And then he first sent over the solo. So he was first sent this over. As soon as I heard that, I was like, all right, we got a record. You know, as soon as he said that. And then he put the chords in too behind it. The next part I added was, as soon as it come in, you know, I was like, this thing got bang off rip. So we jumped right into it. Of course, the tags or whatever. And then so he sent it, he replayed it for me and put some little sauce on it, and then I just pitched it down for the intro, simple, regular. At that point, you know, you gotta come in with the signature alarm. I don't even know where this alarm is from, but I love it. It was on Sumo too. But I did the 808 kick and clap on the MPC. So here you go, the 808, simple stuff, you know. Just a little warmer, same, nothing crazy, but got the job done. I think the hats I might have did on FL, I think. Yeah, definitely. You know, a little swing to them, simple. You could barely hear it 'cause I turned it down, but I had some extra horns on the end part that I had my boy Kev play for me, just to add some sauce on it. It's really, really low, but it just added just a little ear candy. The beauty in this was just the sounds and Denzel texture of his voice, man. Honestly, because I don't know, it just went crazy, and it's definitely one of my favorites on the album, and it's doing amazing right now.